everybody, this is Sebastian from the Sweet Shooters channel, and today we're going to focus on training, because me and Tina, we received a lot of different questions regarding training and how to structure it in the most effective way. And some of you also wondered if there's any recommended minimum amount of rounds to shoot each year. So to start off this video, I would like to say that the actual number of rounds you shoot each year is not important. What is much more important is how you shoot the rounds you shoot. Because if you go to the range without any structure, without any plan, or even worse, without the knowledge of proper shooting techniques, no matter how many rounds you shoot, it will give you basically nothing. Or even worse, you will teach yourself an incorrect behavior, an incorrect way of shooting. And that's a situation you don't want to get into, because it will take loads and loads and loads and loads of ammo and time to get out of. And as we all know, ammo is not cheap, and it surely won't be cheaper either, unless some kind of miracle occurs. So therefore, always have a clear plan of what to do and how to do it when go to the range. And if you don't have the knowledge of proper shooting techniques, or if you're unsure about the knowledges you have, whether they're good or bad, please talk to a more experienced shooter for advice, because I'm sure that whoever you choose to speak to, he or she would love to help you in all the way they can. So, how to structure your training. Once you have the knowledge of proper shooting techniques, you want to make yourself a schedule where you put down different days that you go to the range, or that you choose to go to the range, plan to go to the range. And for each day, you also write down the different areas you want to focus on and what exercises to use. So another advice is to search the internet. If you don't have any good exercises in mind, Google is your friend, because there's endless of drills on the internet. You can spend your whole life searching for drills without finding the same one twice. So try to print a number of drills, and try them out on the range. If they don't suit you, just replace them with another exercise. So for each day, put down the different areas you want to focus on and what drills to use. So for my own sake, I put all the drills for the different days in separate folders. So if I want to go to the range on Monday, for example, I just grab the Monday folder, and in that folder I have my plan, and I also have all the drills, or a bunch of drills actually, which will focus on the areas I choose to focus on. So in that way I get variation, and I don't have to put any time on thinking, what to do now, where to put these papers, should I have any steel? You already have all that on paper, so you just grab whatever you want to and then build it on the range once you get there. And also try to vary your practice as much as possible, so you don't stick in the same area of training. I mean, for example, if you practice empty starts on day one, you don't necessarily have to focus on mag changes on day two, because then you can just as well do that on the very same time as you exercise empty starts, because it's basically the same technique. Right, yeah, you know what I mean. It's not the same technique, but it's basically the same technique. So try to plan your way of training in a smart way, or as smart as possible. And if you have any questions or you don't really know how to do that, please just send us a PM. We'd love to answer all your questions and help you in the way we can. So yeah, for example, just say on day one you want to focus on basic things. You want to focus on the draw, you want to focus on the sight picture, you want to focus on trigger control. Not the most fun thing to practice, but it's very vital if you want to become a good shooter. On day two you want to practice weak hand, strong hand, empty starts, mag changes, shooting on the move. Day three you want to focus on uncomfortable shooting positions, prone shooting, laying down shooting. Yeah, these are just examples. But the best way is if you structure your training in a way that suits you, so you focus on the areas you need to focus on. Because of course you have to practice on things you're good on as well, but more important is to practice on the areas where you're not good, where you need improvement. So yeah, I actually think that's the best advice I personally have to you. And also, don't forget the dry fire exercises. The dry fire exercises is great, and they don't cost anything, and it actually will do good for shooting. And also focus on physics, because that's also important. If you want to become a great shooter, you have to exercise some physics as well. Do stretching, running, intervals, yeah, just whatever. And another thing too is if you feel in a bad mood or just in a bad state of mind, or you feel you lack energy for the day, maybe you've had a tough day at work, for example. Personally, I don't go to the range when I feel like that, because it won't give me anything. Maybe it's different for you guys, I don't know, but for me, if I go to the range in an incorrect state of mind or without an energy, yeah, it will be just throwing money into the backstop for my sake. So during those days, instead I will focus on dry fire exercises and or physics. So yeah, I don't know exactly what more to say, so if you feel that I've missed anything or you want to know more about certain areas, again, just send me and Tina a PM and we will answer as fast as we can. So I hope the advices was fairly good for you at least, so you got something out of watching these almost 8 minutes. Well, take care, shoot safe, and see you on the ranges.